It's time for the game this week, and this week I have a game called Keeping with Tradition. Sport can be a game of attrition, but there are some things that can help your position. If you get some bready nutrition and you bring your potato ammunition, you might get some Scandinavian apparitions. If you keep your peanuts from the ignition, these things aren't always of your own volition, if they're just in keeping with tradition. So, I can't remember why I wrote this quiz, but but I did.
I had a night, didn't you?
Yeah, got to do something, haven't you? Got to do something. This is a quiz about traditions and superstitions. It is in two parts. The first part is about traditions. The second part about superstitions.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, you see how I've done this. I've very cleverly separated into two parts. So, question one, the first part is about traditions. Question one. The University of New Hampshire celebrate how upon scoring their first ice hockey goal of the game? This is the fans and not the players. Is it A, throwing one fish onto the ice? Is it B, participating in one massive conga line? Or is it C, a foghorn blowing for 10 seconds, during which time they all stand on one leg?
Foghorn, leghorn.
That's good. I like that a lot. Maybe that's where it comes from.
Yeah.
Foghorn, leghorn.
Lot of questions.
Good. Okay.
Lot of questions.
Ask away.
Firstly, who throws the fish?
Russell.
How do they decide? Where and onto the ice? What type of fish are we talking? Like a big fish?
New Hampshire. What sort of fish do you think they have up there? Northeast. I don't really know. I don't know America.
No idea. Fish. Big American fish.
There will be some sort of carp something around there, I imagine. Is it cold, New Hampshire?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they probably do like ice fishing. And ice fishing gets you big fish, doesn't it?
Does it?
I think so.
Yep.
I don't really know.
Big cold fish.
Well, they probably have to be big, otherwise they wouldn't live in the cold, would they? Otherwise they'd be too tiny and die.
Maybe, yeah.
I think. I'm completely making this up.
David Attenborough, if you're listening.
Right in, David. We've been listening for so long.
Weird.
Yeah. So I don't know how they choose who throws it. I assume that it's a university thing, so they all know each other anyway, I guess. Or like the main core of fans probably know each other, so they just get together and buy a fish, go fishing. I suppose. I don't know.
I'd say in this day and age that would be frowned upon.
Okay.
I reckon some
the RSP fish.
Liberal,
Yeah.
Some liberal snowflake.
Yeah.
Would complain about
that poor fish's feelings.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know why you've killed that nice fish. He was my best friend.
Yep. I think that's exactly how it would have went down.
That's how all activists talk.
Like 12-year-olds.
Yeah, like my character out of Sticker Boys.
So I don't think it's that. What was the second one?
The second one was one massive conga line throughout the stands.
That would be difficult in stands, I think.
Yes, I don't know. They do take college sports quite seriously, don't they? So I don't know what the stadium looks like. I don't know how good they are. They might be shit at ice hockey. I don't know. Maybe they never score. That's why they have to do these things. Yes, maybe. It might just be bleachers, or not bleachers, like stands, like literal stands, rather than sitting.
Yeah.
There's a possibility.
Easier, but still not great. So...
We don't know how many fans are there either.
True. The fan.
Yeah. The fan's doing the conga line again.
I was just leaving.
I just walk like that. Leave me alone.
So I think logically it has to be the last one.
You like foghorn, leghorn?
Yeah.
That is very clever. And I wish that I'd thought of that, because like I came up with that one. It's incorrect. It was throwing one fish onto the ice is the correct answer.
Soul fish.
Yeah.
Is it a soul?
That's good. A soul. I'm going to write to him. I don't suppose it will be. I've no idea. It began as a tradition when they were playing they were playing as a Division 2 team against another Division 2 team. University of New Hampshire were at the top of Division 2 and threw out a fish after scoring against the other team who were like down the bottom of Division 2, which they called the Division 2 fish, because for somehow that signified that they were better than the other team. Like that fish was for the other team, and it was a Division 2 fish. It's a rubbish start to a tradition, but that is what they do now. Apparently, every time they score their first goal of a game, they throw out one fish onto the court.
I hope it's the same fish for as long as possible. Just getting battered.
Throw it back, would you? Yeah, I thought you might go for the foghorn one because I thought it was funny. So that was incorrect. So you're 0 from 1. Question 2. Wake Forest is another American university. How do they celebrate a big victory in any sports? Is it A, by making the streets run red, by making huge strawberry daiquiris? Is it B, by covering themselves in grease and reenacting the theft of a statue? Or is it C, by throwing toilet paper all over the quad?
All very common university pranks.
Yes.
All straight out of like a film.
Yeah, like Ferris Bueller, not Ferris Bueller really. Like, what's a college film? I've never seen any.
Oh, I've seen them, but I don't remember their names.
No, mate.
They all blur
like
into one.
Road Trip, those sort of films, right? Euro Trip. Yeah, they're all rubbish in that. So American Pie to some extent. They're a bit younger.
Fairly generic university pranks.
Yeah.
When you say make the roads run red, do they spill all their daiquiris?
Well, yes. So the tradition is called making the streets run red because they get so drunk that they spill all their daiquiris.
No, the daiquiri's quite nice. You wouldn't want to waste it.
Well, you wouldn't want to, but after a few daiquiris, you would end up wasting some.
You're so drunk.
Yeah.
And if you spill it down yourself, it'd be so sticky.
You would be so sticky. They are the stickiest of drinks, aren't they, daiquiris?
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever had a strawberry daiquiri. What's the other type of daiquiri that they do a lot of?
Coconut?
No.
Pineapple.
Pineapple.
No.
Daiquiri? No, I don't think that's right either.
Banana. I'm just naming vegetables.
Vegetables.
Carrot.
Celery daiquiri, please.
Watching my weight.
I'm trying to watch my figure. No, I don't think I've ever had a daiquiri at all, but I know that they are sticky. They're fruity.
I like the statue one.
Yeah.
Reenacting it, because like you wouldn't be allowed to do something.
Oh no, not in this day and age.
Covering themselves in grease.
Yeah.
Just to reenact it.
Mm-hmm.
Seems a bit excessive.
Mm. I would agree.
Why would they have had to cover themselves in grease to steal a statue in the first place?
Apparently that is the reenactment of the theft.
Yeah, so for the original theft, they would have had to have covered themselves
in grease.
Yeah.
Maybe they had to get through a very tight doorway to get the statue. Or maybe they were very, very fat.
Get your fattest lads.
I'm going to get the statue.
Because they're well known for being nimble and hard to spot.
Or maybe they were the distraction.
Like ninjas, lads. Ninjas quick, with McDonald's.
Quick, get some of this grease. No, don't eat it.
Where's that goose? Greasy goose.
The greasy goose.
So yeah, I'm gonna rule that one out now.
Okay.
I'm gonna rule that one out.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say you wouldn't. What was the last one?
By toilet papering the quad.
That's too common a one. I'm gonna say the first one, the
by
daiquiris.
Making a load of strawberry daiquiris.
Yeah, they're pretty boring.
Are wrong. It is TP in the quad.
Oh.
It is boring, isn't it? Oh. The other two are much more interesting.
Everywhere probably does that.
Apparently, Wake Forest do it to an extreme.
Oh.
Like, if they win, like, a big game, you cannot see anything on the quad.
I bet corner shops are so happy.
Yeah, they love it. Like, I assume that
hike up the prices.
Yeah, I assume that the main manufacturing of Wake Forest is toilet paper. So that's why they do it.
The forest is shrinking quite rapidly in a good season.
It's now Wakewood. There is an official advice page on the Wake Forest University website on rolling the quad, which is what they call it.
Oh yeah.
That is an official university
How
website.
how
page.
to or how to survive.
How to? Well, if we win, don't go outside, or you'll be covered in toilet paper like a mummy. Cascamoras in Baza, Spain, is where they cover themselves in grease and steal a statue. That is a real tradition in Cascamoras. Interesting, isn't it? So that's where we're going for the next holiday. So you got that wrong, 0 from 2. Question 3. Taylor University basketball fans partake in what unusual method of supporting their fans once a year on the eve of finals? Is it A, they dress up in hybrid Christmas and Halloween costumes, staying completely silent until the 10th point is scored? Is it B, by all wearing masks and singing Spanish language songs? Or is it C, by bringing spud guns and aiming to hit the referee during timeouts?
Oh, I like that one.
Me
That's
too.
a lot of fun.
I would very much enjoy doing that, I think.
Surely that would have been banned early doors. Like,
Or you wouldn't get another referee, would you?
yeah.
Don't go there, lads. You're covered in potatoes.
If one person was doing it and the ref's like, "Who did that?"
Yeah, that's true.
Then I could see that going on for a long time.
Just every single fan aiming at him.
That's a lot of potato.
Yeah,
It's like a whole potato being thrown.
Weirdly, the Taylor, their main crop is potato.
And then they go, "Potato the quad."
Potato the quad. If that's not a tradition, I want it to be.
Smash windows everywhere.
I do love the image of the referee just looking up and every single person aiming a gun at him.
Who did that?
I think it was him that time, but I'm going to do it now.
So I'm going to say not that one. The first one would be so eerie.
Yeah.
So creepy.
Staying completely silent.
Yeah, I feel like that would give the rival fans a little bit of like...
Oh, like a boost.
Yeah, because they'll be really loud.
Yeah.
And
Do you think there's many rival fans for like away games at university basketball level? Actually, college basketball, they do take it quite seriously, don't they?
I reckon there probably are.
Yeah.
What was the second one?
The second one was they all wear masks and sing Spanish language songs.
What school was it?
Taylor University. I've no idea where Taylor University. I can look it up.
Is it in Mexico?
In which case, not very unusual. They're all lucha libres anyway, aren't they? Yeah. Taylor University is the #1 college in the Midwest. It is the top Indiana university, apparently, which is
okay. That makes me think it has to be probably any of them.
You seem like you've discounted all of them so far.
I'm going to go B.
You think B, they all wear masks and sing Spanish language songs. Again, I wish that they did, but they don't.
I wish that they did all of these.
Yeah, they're good, aren't they? They dress up in hybrid Christmas and Halloween costumes
creepy.
and stay completely silent. They call it Silent Night because finals is around Christmas time, isn't it, in America? Yeah, they call it Silent Night.
Weird.
And they still celebrate is the weirdest thing. So they're like dancing around,
but not saying enough.
dead silent. It's so weird. Apparently there are videos. I haven't watched it, so I think we should.
Dancing around is better than them all just stood like
Just
stone-faced.
in costume as well.
Yeah.
But then apparently upon the 10th score, they go
they must
absolutely
true.
nuts.
Okay.
And like flood the pitch and like pitch invasions and everything. They go crazy.
It's not going to take long for the 10th score either.
Well, yeah, the 10th point as well. So it's
Yeah.
the 5th score of the game. Or if you scored all 3 points, only the 4th score of the game.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I could.
So it's not for long,
Yeah.
but like dead silence apparently.
Weird.
It does sound pretty cool, doesn't it?
It does,
I quite fancy a watch. Okay, so you're 0 from 3 so far, but they've been quite hard. They are quite hard, these ones. I'm quite pleased with how good I've come up with them. I've fooled you on all of them so far. Question 4. The University of Penn State do what at the end of their anthem song at the start of every football game? Is it A, they shout the word boom in unison? Is it B, they all duck? Or is it C, they throw toast on the pitch?
Penn State's a big school.
It is. It's an Ivy League school, I think. Is it an Ivy League school? I think I read that it was an Ivy League school, which means it's good, isn't it?
Yeah. It's in a lot of like TV programs.
Yeah.
Like people went to Penn State.
Yeah.
Toast. There's a lot of toast to clean up because like they get tens of thousands. At
like
college football.
College football is the big one, isn't it? Like they have proper stadiums, don't they, for college football? So yes, there would be a lot of toast on the pitch.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to be running through that.
No.
It'd be so hard as a running back just trying to
specifically toast and not bread.
Yes, specifically toast.
Any idea why?
Yes. It is because the last line of their anthem is, "Here's a toast to dear old Penn."
Oh, I like that. They're taking that very literally.
Yeah.
Very good. Oh, that does make sense. What about the boom? Do you know why they shout boom?
It's because the last line of their anthem is, "Fire a cannon for dear old Penn."
Oh, well, I see what you've done. And the duck could be the same last line.
It is the same last line.
So did they shout boom and duck and then eat the toast?
And then just eat the toast. Don't waste it. Students.
Shout, duck, eat.
Shout, duck, eat. It's that book, isn't it? Eat, pray, love. No. Shout, pray, duck.
Or I'm going to say shout boom. I'm going to say boom.
You think they fire a cannon for dear old Penn?
Yeah.
You are wrong again. It is throw toast on the pitch.
That's a lot. That's very wasteful, Penn State.
It's very wasteful, isn't it? So it does indeed come from the last line of their anthem. "Here's a toast to dear old Penn." Once alcohol was outlawed, because they originally would take a sip.
Oh, okay.
That's obviously you take a toast. That is when they began throwing toast because they're students, isn't it? And the best thing is that there's even a toast Zamboni, which goes along the pitch.
They've had to invent that.
The engineering students made it. They made a toast Zamboni to clear the pitch after the toast. They did it every game. So much bread that they're going to have wasted. I'm hoping that on the Zamboni, it's not really a Zamboni. It's just like a goat or something. And then it's again just a load of goats. So you got that wrong, and you're on 0 from 4.
Oh.
It's going badly so far. You got a chance to come back still. It's okay. There's 10 questions. You've got time. Question 5, the last of the tradition questions. Yeah. Detroit Red Wing fans have since 1952 done what in the first playoff game of the year? Is it A, led a prayer to the Norse gods? Is it B, thrown an octopus on the ice? Or is it C, left their flies open until the first goal goes in?
None of these make any sense.
What do you mean? They all make perfect sense.
Do you know the reasons why as to any of them?
Yes, I can make them up. Yep. I don't know. I do know the reason for the real one, but I'd have to make up the others. You can ask. You can ask away.
Norse god. Detroit doesn't strike me as a...
There is quite like America has a fair Scandinavian population, doesn't it?
In Detroit?
Well, Detroit, it's mostly in the Midwest, isn't it? The Scandinavian population, like because they came over to be farmers, or they ended up being farmers when they came over. And Detroit it's not Midwest, but it's not far from the Midwest.
It's car manufacturing, though. Did they come over to build cars?
Eventually. Like, it wasn't car manufacturing originally, was it? They only came up with cars in like the 1900s. So
they just had to wait.
Yeah, they're just hanging around in Detroit waiting.
So why do they pray to the Norse gods?
So they had a player in the old days, in like about the 50s, who was Norwegian or Scandinavian, not Norwegian.
He was Norse.
He was Norse, yeah. He was a Norse god. And no, he was just Scandinavian, and he said it would be a good thing to do. And they ended up winning that year, so they carried on.
And the flies?
The flies, it's to signify an open goal. So it's to like G on the players to say, look, the flies are open, so the goal must be open.
This is the fans, not the...
Yes, it's the fans, not the players. So yes, these are all fan things, yeah.
That seems weird. Yeah,
I mean, it is weird. I will not dispute the fact that it's weird.
I'm going to discount that.
Okay.
That's how.
Yeah.
Because I don't want that one to be true.
I don't want it.
From
Put your willies away.
From all the other questions, I would have been quite happy for any one of them to be true. That one I don't want to be true. Octopus.
Yeah. So they throw the octopus on the ice. It's to signify the amount of games that they have to win the NHL. So an octopus has 8 legs. They had to win 8 games in 1952. They don't have to. We have to win more than that now, but in that time, that was how many games they had to win the NHL, to win the Stanley Cup.
That seems tenuous. Any team could throw an octopus.
Well, any team could, but they did. It's a tradition, isn't it? Like, any team could do any of these things. I suppose the toast one is quite specific, but most of them are just random things that they've come up with.
True. I'm going to go the Norse god thing.
You think they led a prayer to the Norse gods?
Yep.
You're wrong again. It is the octopus one. They throw an octopus onto the ice. It was brought up by 2 brothers to represent the 8 games that they had to win at the time in 1952. Originally, the team promoted it. The club promoted it. They thought it was a great thing up until into the 90s. But then the law changed, and now you get a $500 ticket, and you have to get ejected from the ground if you are caught. So the team very specifically says, if you are caught. So
has anybody ever been caught?
No, not to my knowledge.
Damn you, pesky octopi.
You have to be seen by a police officer, apparently, is what it says on their website. So, the octopus, they must just be jumping out there on their own. They really love the team.
The policeman is just throwing them on.
Yeah, that's true. If a policeman does it, does he get arrested? Who watches the Watchmen? So you are none from 5 from the superstitions. Well, from the traditions, but you're now on to the superstition part.
It's going to be much easier, aren't they?
I reckon you're going to get this
superstitions always make sense.
Question 6. So this is into the superstition part. Which of these are not banned from NASCAR races?
Not banned.
Which of these are not banned? Yeah. Is it A, peanuts? Is it B, $50 bills? Or is it C, spare steering wheels?
So one is not banned.
One of those is not banned.
And the others are?
The others are banned.
Oh, I bet spare steering wheels are banned.
Yeah.
Like, amongst the crowd, is this?
Yes. These are all crowd things, yes. Not for the drivers.
Yeah, I bet spare steering wheels are banned.
Why?
I bet people went nuts and just threw them on the
throwing them at the cars.
Yeah,
they could do that with anything though. Why would it just be spare steering wheels? Remember, these are for superstition reasons. They're all superstitions. So it's not because the fans are just chucking them on the pitch.
I reckon you're tempting fate by needing a spare steering wheel.
Yeah,
and
taking the mickey out of the gods.
Yeah.
I'll drive it. Oh no, he's crashed.
Yeah, I could see that.
Okay.
I could see peanuts being banned for health and safety reasons.
But it's not for health and safety reasons.
No.
It is for superstitious reasons.
I reckon. Where? Like all NASCAR races?
This is all NASCAR races, yeah. I mean, they're not explicitly banned, but they are. You don't find them because of superstition reasons.
I'm going to say $50 bills are also banned, so peanuts are not banned.
You think peanuts are not banned?
I reckon they're a common treat.
You reckon they love peanuts?
Yeah.
They're constantly eating peanuts
all
day. Well, you might be right, but it's wrong. That is the wrong answer. Because the correct answer is C. Spare steering wheels are not banned. You're allowed to have spare steering wheels. I think. I don't see why they wouldn't, why you'd not be allowed them. Apparently, so peanuts. Well, let's go $50 bills first. There were 2 $50 bills found in the shirt pocket of Joe Weatherby after he was killed in a crash in 1964. according to legend. So therefore, it's very difficult to get change for a $50 bill. Even if you bring a 50, like you are looked down on in NASCAR. It's interesting, isn't it? I've never heard of that, of like money being like not allowed to bring that money. $50 is quite a lot, but American money is a bit different, isn't it?
Yeah, so, I mean, it's not like having a $50.
I was going to say, if you had a
$50 note, a £50 note.
If you like, you're always looked on with suspicion if you have a 50 quid. Yeah, but
I'd get my highlighter out for sure.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. I'll just be drawing all over the Queen, like and putting a moustache on her. Is that what you meant? Peanuts. The peanuts superstition dates back to pre-Second World War, and according to racing law, peanut shells are always found in the remnants of a badly wrecked car. I've no idea what they're talking about. What do they mean?
They just get there somehow, like a ghost.
So apparently it's peanuts in shells, very specifically, but I didn't say that because I thought you'd definitely get it then. It's peanut shells are always found in the back of wrecked cars.
That's not peanut shells, that's like debris.
Yeah,
that's like, your fucking car.
It's just bits off the road. Oh, how did these peanut shells get? That's the engine. Oh,
stop eating it.
Yeah, it's just an investigator. It's the same investigator every time. How are these peanut shells getting? So you are wrong. So you're 0 from 6. This could be the first clean sweep.
Yeah,
you've got to get one of these right now. Come on. Work harder, if I were you. Just try harder. Question 7. Kevin Romberg was a notoriously superstitious Cleveland Indians second baseman. But which of these is one of his actual superstitions? Is it A, he refused to touch the pitcher's mound? Is it B, he would not turn right within the diamond? Or is it C, he never wore his false teeth? I need to wear mine. He never wore his false teeth on the pitch. Or what's the word? Pitch? Is that what they call baseball? Like everything? I don't know what they call it.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So where did he play? What
Cleveland Indians. He was a second baseman.
And so you'd never touch the pitcher's mound.
Yep.
They don't like it when you do. Not if you don't ask permission.
You touched my mound. Who did that?
You'd never turn right in the diamond.
Within the diamond.
Do run round it left, don't you?
Yes, it's right to first base and left. That's why. Oh yeah, so you set off right, but then you're always turning left as you base run.
So do you think that means like when he goes out the dugout, he essentially walks the diamond to get to second base?
Well, I think you could go straight.
Yeah.
Like you go. I don't know where the dugout is. Is it over here? They're kind of off to the side, aren't they? I think.
But do you think he would choose to anyway?
Just to avoid having to worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, possibly.
Maybe it's an extension of his superstition.
He's pretty OCD, this guy.
And the other one?
The last one was he never wore his false teeth on the pitch. I can't say that for some reason.
Is that superstition or just like...
For superstitious reasons? Or what, you think you might have worried about breaking them?
Yeah.
Why would you be worried about breaking your false teeth?
It's expensive.
Yeah, but why you'd be worried about breaking your real teeth first, wouldn't you?
Yeah, and he broke his real teeth. Now he's worried about his false teeth.
It's true, I suppose. Yeah, if you broke your hand, you wouldn't want to break your fake hand. I think I wouldn't be...
Yep, that's equivalent.
Logic.
It could be any one of these. I'm going to go the turning left one.
You don't think he would turn right on the diamond? You're right. You got it. You did it. Yeah, it was literally for that reason. Apparently, his superstition was you don't turn left, you don't turn right when you're base running. So don't disrespect the mound or the diamond by turning right on it.
I could see that.
So yeah, I can kind of see it, but he's
still an idiot. But
he is super OCD by the sounds of it. Yeah, like the other thing that he was well known for, he had to touch anybody who touched him back. He had to.
No backsies.
No, yeah, like
always backsies.
All backsies. Solid backsies. This guy.
What if you did like pinch punt first of the month, no returns?
He would disregard. He would disregard the no returns policy.
Wow.
I know. You can't do that.
That's breaking like
etiquette.
Huge superstition in itself.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's two conflicting things there, but I think his one came first. He was super OCD about it. Like, apparently, he would get into a rage if so. Quite frequently, other teams would touch him and run away, and he'd get like real panicky and like rage it. Oh, he was just real
That's a bit
OCD
unfair,
about it.
actually.
Yeah, it's not good. Yeah, and apparently once a player touched him with a ball, threw the ball out of the stadium, and he spent 2 hours looking for the ball to find it. Once somebody touched him underneath a toilet stall as
so
a
he
prank.
didn't know who.
He didn't know who it was. He went around and touched everybody on the other team to make sure that he touched him. And the best one, if anyone eluded him, he was known to write them a letter saying this constitutes a touch. That's not you cheating. that bit makes me think it was all a game, like he didn't really do it. That is ridiculous.
Yeah,
I love this guy. He seems so fun, and you got it right. Well done. He's done you good. Good. So you're off your duck. So now you got to get the next few right to get back into good territory. Question 8. This one's a little bit blue. You might not like this one. Question 8. Glenn Mr. Goalie Hall, he was known as Mr. Goalie, holds the NHL record for the most consecutive games started at 502 games in a row. Which is a lot, isn't it? That's like 5 seasons? Play like 100 a season, right? But what pre-match ritual does he put that record down to? Was it A, forcing himself to vomit? Was it B, taking laxatives an hour before the game to clear out the system? Or was it C, drinking 3 pints of water before each period to increase the urgency? To increase his urgency, I suppose.
Right, but it increases your urgency on a very specific thing.
Well, so I've watched TED Talks or listened to TED Talks about this before, about the value of when you're making important decisions, making sure you need to go for a piss.
Oh, I
can't do it. I'm the opposite.
I can't concentrate.
Yeah.
So I do my wee.
Yeah.
And then
make decisions.
And then I find once I'm empty.
Yeah.
You
make terrible decisions.
Make decisions just like that. Don't know whether they're good or bad. I can't remember, but I do make them quite quickly afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the same. If I need a piss, I can't think about anything else.
Can't concentrate.
No, but apparently there is research behind it that leans that way. But I don't agree with it personally.
I heard the other day that rats experience regret.
Really? How did they know that?
Fun. They watched them.
Yeah.
And they had 2 pieces.
They had little thought bubbles with their heads.
They had two pieces of food, and the rats that passed up one piece of food for another apparently would look back at the other piece of food that they'd not
passed
chosen.
Up.
And at the same time, they monitored their brain activity, and in that period, the part of the brain that is active when we experience regret was active. So
wow.
Sad rats.
Yeah. That makes you think a bit differently about rats, doesn't it? Now when one bites you and gives you like malaria or whatever, it probably is like, oh, I wish I hadn't done that.
It might be.
It does it anyway, but at least he regrets it afterwards.
So where were we?
Oh yes.
So I could see that. So now you've said about the TED Talks, I could see why you could think that.
Yep.
Long old periods, though.
Yeah, how long are they? Like 15, 20 minutes?
20 minutes, I
think. It's a long time to need. But I guess if you drank 3 pints just before the start, you don't need one straight away, do you?
Yeah. So it's only towards the end.
The last couple of minutes where you'd be really... Well, that might be the most important time to focus, isn't it? You don't want to let a goal in right at the end of a period.
Mm.
But then you also don't want to make a mistake and wet yourself in all those big baggy clothes. It's never coming out of them, is it? It's going to be everywhere.
Laxative an hour before. Yep. I think that's too much of a risk.
That it might not work in time.
Might not work in time. Might work in time. You might just keep going.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. Yeah,
Seems too risky to me.
I've never taken a laxative. Have you ever taken a laxative?
No.
No, I don't know how they work. I don't know how, or whether it's bang and then that's it, or
And bang, and the dirt is gone.
If it is, then that's how they should advertise them.
Still it.
I'm Barry
new
Scott. Are you finding it hard to shit?
First one, vomit.
Yeah.
That's the worst one, to make yourself vomit.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with that one.
You think it was forcing himself to vomit?
Yeah.
You are right. It was right. Apparently, he towards the end, like it used to happen because he got so nervous about games, and like
Okay.
he just like it happened sometimes. But towards the end, he said he didn't feel like he was pushing himself if he didn't vomit before a game.
Yeah, you're pushing yourself, but the wrong way.
He's pushing himself like his fingers down his throat.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing. Like he literally forced himself to vomit. Like he would make himself sick before the game. Maybe for the same reason of the laxatives. Maybe he was trying to make himself lighter. But I don't know. Seems weird, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I do find that a weird one. But yeah, that's what he did. And who's to say he was wrong? Started 502 games in a row. Never missed one for sickness. Oh.
There.
Question 9. So that's good. 2 in a row. You're back on track. Question 9. New York Yankees first baseman Jason Giambi broke a hitting slump in 2008 by using what unusual method? Is it A, he slept in his batting gloves? Is it B, he covered his whole body in Vaseline for the game? Or is it C, he wore a gold thong for the game?
I could see why you'd sleep in your batting gloves.
Yeah.
I could see why you'd think that might help your game. It's so hot though. Sweaty hands.
Yeah, I don't think I could sleep with gloves on. I can't sleep with socks on. I find it really difficult to sleep with
Yeah.
socks. Just like feet just feel weird, don't they?
Yeah.
And I imagine hands would be the same. I've never tried to sleep with gloves on, but I imagine it would feel weird. Jason Giambi, by the way, he was on that film, Moneyball, wasn't he? They mentioned him.
Yes.
Giambi. I can't remember if he played for the team or if they talked about him as a trade or something. I just remembered the name when I read it. I was like, oh, yeah, that guy.
Covered himself in Vaseline.
Mm-hmm.
That would be strange.
Yeah.
Can't see the benefit.
Help with wind resistance.
Mm.
No. You're not buying that?
So I'm going to go a gold thong.
You think he wore a gold
Probably
thong?
described as a thong, but possibly a jock strap, I reckon.
Ooh. No. You are right. It is the right answer. But I don't know. I think it was actually a thong. Like a legitimate thong, not a jock strap. Because if it was a jock strap, I think they would have gone, okay, fine. Because they wear jock straps anyway, right?
Yeah.
They must do. But it was like seen as a weird thing. But also taken up by a lot of his teammates.
Really?
Yeah, once they found out that he was doing it. Yeah. It seemed to work for him. He broke out of his hitting slump. So whatever works for you, I suppose. One of the guys who did it said that the reason why it works is because it allows you to not have your whole mind on batting. It's
Okay.
almost to do with about being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
A little bit like the needing to piss one, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah. So maybe there's some science behind it. Probably not though. Okay, you're doing well now. Back 3 out of 9.
Yeah.
That's average. So you get this last one above average, and people will forget about your form slump. Have you just put a gold thong on? I wondered why you left to go
I
to the
slipped
toilet.
out.
I wondered why you just pulled your pants down in front of me. Okay, question 10. Minnie Mimoso, a Chicago White Sox third baseman in the 50s, famously did what after a particularly bad game, something which became a superstition of his teammates from then on? Was it A, he showered in his uniform? Was it B, he performed a Native American ritual he'd been shown to remove the bad juju? Or was it C, he pushed over the team manager?
Pushed over the team manager.
Mm.
Now, the team manager would be really annoyed if that became a thing.
Yeah, he would, wouldn't he?
I don't know how long he'd remain the manager.
They went through many in the next couple of years.
Get him.
Just get him. But you could see it being like a thing though, couldn't you? Like as a not quite a prank, but like that sort of thing. You have to try and sneak up behind him, get down on all fours, and just push him over.
Yeah.
You wouldn't try and hurt him.
And then you'd start expecting it.
Yeah.
And then you have
so
to
you've got to be
run after
even
him.
cleverer. Yeah, run after him. Just people like laying out behind him, to try and jump.
Hiding in his house. And then
I want to go to work tomorrow.
So yeah, I'm not sure. I could see somebody doing that after a bad game,
Yeah.
but not to then have a better game.
Well, he took out his frustration. Maybe that was what it was.
Yeah.
He felt better after doing it. Sick of you.
I think like I can understand why you might shower with your kit on to wash all the bad.
Wash the bad vibes off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wash the stank off.
And like the same reason you might do a dance.
Yeah.
American Indian dance. Was
Yeah.
it?
A Native American ritual.
So
I'm sure at the time he probably called it an Indian ritual.
Yeah.
But you can't say that anymore.
I'm gonna go with the first one. Showered.
You think
with
he
his-
showered in his uniform?
Yeah.
You're right.
Yes.
What a form slump you've broken there. That gold thong's doing wonders.
Be
Yes.
uncomfortable.
Yeah. And he's allowed you not to think about the question so much. You're right. He showered in his uniform. Exactly that, to wash the stink off his uniform, he said. And after it seemed to work, his team followed suit. Nah.
Wetsuit.
Followed in wetsuits. They all played in wetsuits from then on. So you got 4 out of 10.
Nailed
Not
it.
bad. I'll give you not bad, but 4 is a lucky number, isn't it? No. You might get some Scandinavian apparitions if you keep your peanuts from the ignition. These things aren't always of your own volition if they're just in keeping with tradition.